Hi, girls and boys. Today I wanted to read a book called Alfie. This book is written by Thyra Heder. Alfie, the turtle that disappeared. So who is Alfie? Alfie is a turtle. On my 6th birthday, I got Alfie. The lady at the store said he looked about 6 too. We were 6 together. At home, on my carpet, he stood very still. Who's telling the story? This little girl is telling the story. I introduced him to everyone. I taught him my wiggle dance and made him presents, but he didn't seem to notice. I showed him my costumes and wrote him songs. Mostly, he stayed inside his shell. Every day, I told him stories, like how Dasha got new overalls and how Ruth lost a tooth, and how Peter, from downstairs, got a fish. I even told him my best joke about the walrus wearing pants. But he didn't seem to get it. After a while, I kind of forgot about Alfie. He didn't do much. Well, until the morning of my 7th birthday, when... So how long has she had Alfie? A whole year? He disappeared. Uh-oh. How is she feeling? When I first saw Naya, I knew she was special. Wait, that sounds like the beginning of the book. But this time, we're looking at the little girl instead of at the turtle. Naya is the little girl's name. So now somebody else is telling the story. Who is telling the story now? Alfie is. And Alfie says, when I first saw Naya, I knew she was special. She told me that I was 6 and that she was 6 too. I had never been 6 before, but I was happy we were 6 together. Her home tickled my toes, but she smelled nice, so I was calm. She had tons of friends. Naya taught me to dance. I practiced wiggling inside my shell. She gave me presents. I had never been given presents. She made me laugh and laugh and laugh. How could I make her as happy as she made me? I had to think. And think. And think. Naya was planning her 7th birthday. She told me we were going to be 7 together. I had to find her a present. So when Alfie disappeared, where did he go? He went to look for a present for her. There were some good options behind the couch, but they were too dusty. I looked in all the corners and shadows and cracks and found some great places, but no great presents. I asked Toby, and he said, "You should try outside. Outside is the best. Outside is the best. Get her a stick." Who is Toby? Toby must be this dog. I had never been outside before. I climbed past stinky things and sweet things, but nothing as fun as Naya. I had to keep looking. I had to take a risk. I crunched through the reds and oranges and yellows, but the longer I looked for a special one, the browner they got. I found a nice blue cap, but it was too small for Naya's head. There was nothing in the desert. Do you think he's really in the desert? Look very closely. What is in that sand with him? He's in a sandbox. My toes were cold and my heart was sad. I would never find a present as special as my friend. The snail said all I needed was a good rest. He knew the perfect place for me to take a nap. Just over those stones, he said. These stones? So I napped, and napped, and napped. Look carefully at these illustrations. He'd said that it was getting cold and that he would go over here and take a rest. Does this look the same as this? Remember, the leaves were red and orange and yellow, and then they got browner and browner. And now I see something falling from the sky. I see the same stones. Toby's looking in there like something's there. Alfie is in there, and it's very cold. I think he's hibernating. Animals that sleep through the winter hibernate. He's napping through the winter. Is it still winter? Is there still snow? No, very, very green grass, not brown and crunchy. I'm beginning to see some flowers. Naya's planting flowers. So time has passed. When I woke up, I felt better. I asked the fish for help, and she showed me things that had fallen to the bottom. And then I saw it. It was perfect. It looked just like something Naya would love. What do you think he found? I had to rush to the party. When I finally got over the rocks, the snail said, "That was fast." Because snails are very slow too. Alfie says, "I was right on time." There she was. And look, what's going on? What's happening in this picture? The setting is still the backyard, but now it's the backyard during Naya's birthday, which would be Alfie's 7th birthday too. Wait, did he sleep through her 7th birthday? Huh. Alfie says, "I could tell Naya was very surprised and happy. I had brought her the perfect present. Now we were 7 together." Is that true? Were they 7? What numeral do you see on that balloon? How is Naya feeling now? She looks pretty happy, doesn't she? Who was telling the story in the beginning? How do you know? Who was telling the story at the end? How do we know? It's important to pay attention to things like that.